It is one of the true signs of fall here in Houston when the streets on Allen Parkway are filled with thousands of people in pink. Oh, it's a celebratory time here, celebrating, commemorating, vowing to find a cure for breast cancer to try to make that possible. The plans for this year bigger than ever. Here to talk about it this morning and why all of us should try to find some way to take part, Kristen Brawley, Susan G. Komen State Executive Director of the Gulf Coast, and a 13-year breast cancer survivor, and Corey Lee, who is also a breast cancer survivor. Full disclosure, by the way, I was part of the hiring process for Kristen when I was on the board of Komen. It obviously was a great move for both of us, right?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
Going on 5 years later.
I know, man, time is flying. Hey, but now we have the race back again for the second year post-COVID. You had it last year, but it's still changing. It's bigger and better.
It's still changing, bigger and better. Last year we followed, COVID protocol, CDC protocol, but this year we're activating Sam Houston Park and we have an after-race party, so we're back in full force. We're so excited.
So having the race back again means normal in some category, but Komen also doesn't want to sit still. I mean, we've evolved over the years. I say we, I used to be on the board, but I'm still family.
Yes, you're still.
Things have changed, but there are new programs in place that can help women who are facing diagnosis.
Absolutely.
And men too.
Absolutely. So the funds from the race that we raise go to things like treatment assistance, patient navigation, and most recently in July we started a screening and diagnostic voucher program. So men and women can actually, if they qualify, we can pass them that voucher, and we partnered with Methodist, and they can go there and get their screening or diagnostic mammogram.
So how long has that process been in place?
Just since July.
Okay.
Just since July. But the patient care suite of services, our financial assistance program, has been in effect for a few years. And during this time, we're kind of in a financial crisis. 60% of our phone calls are people looking for financial assistance right now, breast cancer patients.
So this race and the money raised can really put a big dent in that.
Make a huge difference, yes.
So Corey, I mentioned earlier that you're a breast cancer survivor, but you're rather young, and I know that you were feeling that way as well. How surprised were you when you were diagnosed with breast cancer? Were you 35?
35, yes. Very surprised, shocked, heartbroken. I always took care of my health and was made aware by my parents of, taking care of the precautions to avoid that, but I never thought that, excuse me, it would be me. And unfortunately, with 1 in 8 women, I was one of those. So
what kind of cancer did you have, and what has your journey been like to get back to where you are now?
So I was diagnosed with HER2 triple negative breast cancer, stage 3B. So as you can imagine, very shocked. My journey has been a roller coaster, really, but my faith, my family and friends have definitely brought me through. I have been through many rounds of chemo, multiple surgeries, lumpectomy, and thinking that I was done, finding out that I in fact was not. There was still residual cancer there, so then having to have a mastectomy as well. So been going through the motions there, oral chemos, anything, but the treatment center that I do at MD Anderson has been taking very great care of me. The doctors and staff there are amazing, and they've become really my family.
So we talk about the family. Talk about how important it is to have organizations, that family that you may not have had before, to have you supported on this kind of journey.
Very important. I was diagnosed during COVID, so unfortunately my family was not able to enter the building with me, so they were cheering me on from the sidelines, but organizations like Susan G. Komen were there virtually. I was able to take part in some programs. I participated in the walk my first year, and this will be my second, so I'm pretty excited about it, and it's been a great experience.
There's always a special place in our hearts. It's on that race day when people who have been going through what you've gone through and they come out and take part in that race. That is a big, big time for us to cheer you on and be in your corner.
Yes.
And it's just so great when we see the race start out and all these people start running down Parkway. Kristen, talk about the plans for Saturday. What's going to be in place? Are we still going to have the doves?
Oh, yes. The Memorial Doves, Saturday, October 1st at 6 a.m. You can register if you haven't registered yet. If you want to go online, you can do so at Komen.org/Houston Race, and we'll be out there in full force. You can see by the tape the crowds that come out for supporting others, and people like Corey and people like myself that are survivors, and people that are currently going through treatment too.
I want to talk to you about that as well, because when you run into and you meet somebody like Corey who's going through what she's going through now, and you have been there almost at the same age when you were diagnosed as well, so you had to have the same sort of shock about that early stage?
Yeah, I always say advocate for your own health. There's so many resources on Komen.org that kind of help explain some of the language, even that that you're hearing all this new language for the first time, and Komen.org really has an explanation of those terms and help. And just reach out and just like you said, your family is a support system. We're here. Our 4 pillars are research, care, community, and action, and community being one of the biggest ones. We just envelop people like Corey at the time that she's going through that process.
How important is it for you, Corey, to be an advocate and speak out about the process you're going through right now?
Oh, it's very important. I would not want anyone to feel alone in that process. It's just inspiring to be inspired. So if anything that I can do, share my story or provide resources, give advice from Susan G. Komen and share those things, any of the stats, because Black women, unfortunately, are 40% more likely to die from breast cancer. So it's very important for me to be able to share that.
Well, I am excited about the process that has brought you to this point. And I'm even more excited as I pray about what the future is going to be for you. And hopefully you have the same kind of future that Kristen has, who's still going 13-year survivor at this point, and many, many more. But thank you so much for being here this morning. Okay, everybody, remember the date, Saturday, October the 1st. Let's hope for great weather. I don't have anything to do with that, but let's hope for it anyway. I'll put all of the information you'll need on the Newsmakers page on click2houston.com. Kristen Barley, Corey Lee, thank you for being here. Good luck in the race and good luck in your futures with your health going forward.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.